The battle of attrition between the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club wrote its latest chapter on Wednesday night in Blood and Guts, AEW's answer to War Games. The match petitioning top stars and New Japan star Kota Ibushi, his debut, also had plenty more on the card as well. So let's get straight into it. And we started things off with Hook versus Jungle Boy for the FTW title. But Jungle Boy is no more. Long live Jack Perry, a new FTW champion following his controversial win over Hook. In the opening hit for Perry was off the charts, and reaction to his victory was even more so. The crowd is ready to set him in the role as heel as he continues to find himself in that role. The match was laid out nicely and gave Perry the win and arguably what was his toughest test to date. Then to really hammer home his new persona, he benefited from the bump referee and celebrated his way to singles gold, saying "I told you so" after the win in reference to the vows to be champion by the end of 2023 was great. Hook sold the finished really well, and Jet was thriving with it. The chemistry was there in space, and Jet definitely should see a rematch here, and this feud still has a long ways to go, but it's certainly a good start. And yeah, I really like Perry as FTW champion. I think, that will really elevate him. And to be honest, I'm excited to see what he can do with the belt. So, this was great stuff. 7 out of 10. We then got more Cole MJF stuff, including a bit too much to drink. MJF was mocking Hulk Hogan's skewing of numbers anytime he tells his WrestleMania 3 stories as well. Just great stuff all round. Before Dr. Britt Baker was in action against Kayla Sparks. And as you would expect from a jam-packed show, this kind of got no time at all. Britt Baker getting an easy win. Even Starks, bit of a competitive star in the indie scenes. But that was it. No storyline development. It was just there, and everyone deserves a bit better. 5 out of 10 from me. Not too good, I have to say. Would have liked to see much more here. But it's then time for the final of the Blind Eliminator tournament. AEW World Champion MJF and Adam Cole will challenge FTR for the title on next week's edition of Collision, following their victory over Garcia and Guevara. What started silly developed into a strong match, highlighting the growing friendship between Cole and MJF and their influence in each other. MJF was fantastic here, over the top babyface that thrived from the cheer of the fans that never really loved him. Now they do. He felt there only after Cole teased his desire to be AEW champion did he momentarily revert to his old ways. The tension's still there, and Cole still wants to be top dog in AEW, and it ultimately costs fans one of the most unexpectedly great tag teams that's developed so well so far. And the post-match staredown with FTR felt like a big deal, and what should be a banger in the next steps of this whole saga. But the match was brilliant, and it gets an 8 out of 10 from me. So enjoyable throughout, I have to say. And I can't wait for that match, and all the more MJF and Cole sticks, because they are just so entertaining. It was then time for Blood and Guts. And the Golden Elite, Omega Page, Bucks, and debuting Kota Ibushi sought to assess their difference against Mox, Casanova, Yuta, Takeshita, and Pac. There are going to be plenty of opinions about this match that unfolded inside the 2-ring, 2-cage setting. Fans of the Elite are likely to love the history of the faction. It was yet another chapter written into their epic that unfolded in Boston. Other fans will appreciate the gritty, violent deathmatch style of wrestling, will appreciate all the blood, nails, glass, thumbtacks, tables, chains, etc., etc. In between the violence few spots, there was also too much to sink into. The Omega Casanova stuff was easy, a nice tease. It's far better into the chaos. From then it was a question of can you top this violence. It escalated to the point that a competitor being choked out by a steel chair seemed like a downright male finish in comparison. Yes, the match called Blood and Guts was complaining about the violent content would seem silly. When it provides neither violent anarchy in the arena match from Double or Nothing, it's enough for excesses. Too much of something fails to leave the impression that one hopes for. After all, we had an exploding sneaker in a previous pay-per-view encounter, a spot that's more creative and memorable than we got here. There was an overabundance of stars and pie assigned to this match, and the dialogue about its greatness, that's fine. Every fan's entitled to their opinions. But the conclusion of this programme, Pac walking out on the heels and Callis and Takeshita abandoning ship made for very interesting developments, while the latter two were unlikely to suffer any recast. The Bastard versus Mox and or Casanova should be a ton of fun, and to be honest, I really like the way they set it all up. The spots at the end was great as well. The violence is kind of my thing, I have to say. So I'm going to go at 9 out of 10 for a TV match as well. You have to remember that. I absolutely loved it, and for me, I think the right winners, and great to see Ibushi on AEW TV, I do have to say. overall this week, Dynamite gets 9 out of 10 from me. And yeah, obviously with Blood and Guts on the card, this Dynamite was all killer, no filler, and that's exactly what we want for our 2 hours of Wednesday night wrestling. Yeah, the whole KO and MJF stuff was great. Really liked the title change, and yeah, Omega Ibushi was bloody great as well. So yeah, on the whole, I really enjoyed this show. And yeah, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next all's coming over for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to the channel, it's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.